Live from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
A pleasant evening and a very warm welcome to the National News broadcast. We are coming to you live from Rupavahini's News Studios. I'm Dilanjali Ananda.
And I'm Siobhan Pereira. Let's take a look at your headlines right away.
The Parliament dissolved. General election to be held on the 14th of November. The new Parliament will convene on the 21st of November. The Controller of Immigration and Emigration remanded under the charge of contempt of court. The IMF expressed confidence that the Moodys international rating has expressed positive stance on the new leadership of Sri Lanka. Columbo Stock Exchange shows growth continuously for the third day. 6 people in South Lebanon killed by Israel air attacks, 13 injured. Now for this and other stories in detail. President Kumara Dissanayake says that the task of building the country is a collective effort and the nation can achieve this target.
The President stresses this fact addressing the nation for the first time today.
මෙරට ගොඩනැගීමේ කාර්යභාරය සාමූහික ප්‍රයත්නයක්. එලෙස ඉටු කිරීමේ හැකියාව අප තුළ තිබෙනවා. ඒ සඳහා ඉතාමත් දක්ෂ කණ්ඩායමක් අප සතු ඉන්නේ.
President Kumara Dissanayake said that the government is capable of fulfilling this role as a united team and it has a talented team dedicated to this mission. The government's determination is unwavering. The change people seek involves many steps that will take time. However, achieving stability and confidence in the current economy is crucial. The government plans to begin negotiations with the International Monetary Fund immediately and proceed with activities related to the extended credit facility. Additionally, to advance the debt restructuring program, the government is negotiating with the relevant creditors to expedite the process and secure necessary debt relief. They are confident that they can gain the support of both the people of the country and the international community and believe that through this collective support, the government can achieve success. A key concept that resonates with the public is the commitment to making a difference. One of the primary changes citizens expect is to eliminate the negative traits in the political culture. The track record thus far supports this commitment. Notably, the government succeeded in making the presidential election the only one in Sri Lanka without reports of post-election violence, which reflects the trust the people have placed in the new rule. The aim is to confirm and stabilize this positive situation. The president said at this moment he wants to highlight the importance of engaging in politics with a collective focus on building the country. The government is committed to providing that leadership, regardless of whether one identifies as Sinhalese, Tamil, Muslim, Burgher or Malay. Our nation will not thrive until a practical environment is created where everyone can proudly say they are Sri Lankan citizens. The government will not hesitate to implement the necessary constitutional, economic and political reforms. The government has already taken significant steps to appoint efficient and honest officials to oversee these initiatives. The nation is advancing steadily towards the desired changes, ensuring that public service remains intact and citizens are not adversely affected. The government is committed to creating a law-abiding nation and fostering a disciplined society while ensuring the social security of all citizens. This revives the principle that everyone is equal before the law. The commitment is to create an efficient, honest and people-focused public service. The government's goal is to improve the standard of living for the people of this country. The women in our community, who make up over 52% of our population, will play a vital role in both the economy and the social fabric of our country. The new rule is actively working to enhance women's representation across all institutions. As a testament to this commitment, a woman has already been appointed as Prime Minister. A significant portion of the population consists of individuals with disabilities who require special protection. To support this group, the government has proposed a robust social safety net and are implementing short-term measures to address their needs. The President said that he ensures shows that no group within the society is overlooked on the journey forward. The country requires a parliament that accurately reflects the will of the people. The existing parliament does not represent that will. Therefore, the president said he took the step yesterday to dissolve it. A cabinet was appointed in line with the parliamentary representation to guide the country in accordance with the constitution. There is one dream that the people see every new day the sun rises. That is, tomorrow will be better than today. However, we all learned for many years that this has remained merely a dream. Opportunism, the greed of power, and authoritarianism has hindered the country's progress. The president said, however, that all people have the final opportunity which cannot be missed. He invites the people to unite to create a thriving and beautiful country that embraces diversity.
එහෙත් දැන් අපට ඉතිහාසය අත්හල නොහැකි අවස්ථාව ලැබී තිබෙනවා. අප සියලු දෙනා එකට එක්ව විවිධත්වයන් දරා ගන්නා පොහොසත් ලස්සන රටක් ගොඩනගමු.
Now the speech made by the president will be telecast through ChannelEye and Netra at 10 p.m. with Tamil subtitles.
International Monetary Fund says it's confident that the leadership of President Anurakumara Dissanayake will help secure a future of stability, prosperity and inclusive growth for Sri Lanka. The IMF has indicated that the organization is looking forward to deepening the mutually beneficial relationship between the IMF and Sri Lanka. In a congratulatory message to the new president of Sri Lanka, Managing Director of the IMF, Kristalina Georgieva, has said that the organization is looking forward to working together with the new administration to build on the hard-won economic gains that have helped put Sri Lanka on a path to recovery. She said that the IMF greatly values that excellent engagement it has had with Sri Lanka over the years. Through the congratulatory message, she has assured that the IMF remains a steadfast partner and stands ready to assist Sri Lanka to achieve its development and reform goals, including under the ongoing IMF-supported program.
Now, in more economic news, international rating agency Moodys has expressed an optimistic outlook over the election of new President Anurakumara Dissanayake. The global rating agency has indicated that the new administration will not derail the country's reform agenda. International rating agency Moodys has issued an analytical statement over the new political change in Sri Lanka. The agency has indicated that it believes that the economic reforms, including the ongoing debt restructuring and the IMF-backed program, will remain intact under the new administration despite the political shift. However, Moodys have cautioned that maintaining fiscal consolidation would be challenging, potentially elevating credit risks in the near future. The statement further indicated that some policies may be reprioritized accordingly as the new administration navigates these economic hurdles. Meanwhile, the all-share price index of the Columbo Stock Exchange gained for the third consecutive day today. Accordingly, the all-share price index has increased by 325.59 points to close at 11,659.71. This is an increase of 2.87% from the previous day. The market turnover recorded was at 3.96 billion rupees.
China expresses its readiness to play a constructive role in Sri Lanka's steady economic and social development. China further indicated that the country will adhere to non-interference principles in Sri Lanka's internal affairs and respecting its sovereignty. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lin Zheng made these remarks speaking at a media briefing held in Beijing yesterday while commenting on China's stance on the election of President Anurakumara Dissanayake. He said that China has expressed its heartfelt congratulations to President Dissanayake, who was elected as Sri Lanka's new president and was sworn into office. He also said that as Sri Lanka's friendly neighbor, China and Sri Lanka have all along treated each other with mutual respect and support. He emphasized that considering China-Sri Lanka long-standing friendship, the country is confident in Sri Lanka's commitment to repaying its loans. He further said that China is ready to work with President Dissanayake and his new administration to uphold the spirit of the 5 principles of peaceful coexistence and carry forward the traditional friendship between the two countries.
Now, Parliament was dissolved effective from midnight yesterday. The relevant Gazette notification was issued under the instructions of President Anurukumara Dissanayake. The new Parliament has been scheduled to be convened on November 21st. Accordingly, the parliamentary election is scheduled to be held on November 14th. The Gazette notification has indicated that the nominations for the election will be accepted from October 4th until October 11th, 12 noon. Election Commissioner General Saman Sri Ratnayaka said that the acceptance of applications for postal voting of the upcoming general election will begin from today onward. Speaking at a media briefing held in Columbo today, he pointed out that recognized political parties and independent candidates have the ability to contest at the parliamentary election. Election Commission General Saman Sri Ratnayaka said that the election will be held under the proportional electoral system. Accordingly, he said that a list will be issued for each electoral district and electorate. He said that based on the votes accumulated in each electorate, a proportion will be allocated from the electoral district. He added that the number of candidates belonging to the respective proportion will be determined based on the candidates who have gained most number of preferential votes. He said that the necessary allocation of funds for election campaigns of the parties will be determined in accordance with the regulation of Election Expenditure Act. He said that the Election Commission will issue the limit placed on the expenditures pertaining to the election campaigns after 5 days from the conclusion of the acceptance of nominations. He said that the acceptance of applications for postal voting of the upcoming general election will begin from today onwards. Executive Director of PAFRL Organisation Rohana Hettiarachchi, speaking at a media briefing today, said that all preparations have already been made to monitor and observe the upcoming general election. Executive Director of PAFRL Organisation Rohana Hettiarachchi said that all preparations have been made and that the monitoring activities in the district level will begin from the accepting of nominations. He said that the monitoring activities will be continued through the election period. He said that no election-related violations was reported during the post-election period. He said that they will extend all support to the Election Commission during this process.
Immigration Controller General Harshan Ilukpitiya was taken into remand custody today. He was remanded following an order issued by the Supreme Court. He was taken into custody for failing to implement the interim order issued by the Supreme Court to suspend a decision taken to outsource Sri Lanka's e-visa operations to a private consortium during the previous government period. The contempt charges were filed following a petition submitted by parliamentarians M.A. Sumanthiran, Partali Champika Ranlaka and Rauf Hakim. President's counsel, appearing on behalf of the Immigration Controller General, informed the court that his client had made efforts to implement the court's interim order issued on August 2nd, but he said that the order was not efficiently implemented due to encountered practical and technical difficulties. President's counsel informed the court that his client has made a pledge to commit and comply with the order within a week. However, counsel appearing on behalf of the petitioners, President's counsel M.A. Sumanthiran informed the court that the motion filed with the Supreme Court by the defendant prevents the implementation of the interim order. Presiding Judge Priyantha Padman Surasena of this three-member judge bench pointed out the importance of respecting the authority of the Supreme Court, that no one could disregard its rulings. Justice Achala Vengapulli pointed out that the Supreme Court's order are not to be taken lightly by any individual or institution. After considering the submissions, the judge bench ordered to place the defendant in remand custody until the conclusion of the court proceedings. The case will be taken up for hearing again on January 22nd.
Now, following the appointment of new ministers, a large number of luxury vehicles used in these ministries have been parked at the Golface Vehicle Park. Vehicles used by state ministers, deputy ministers and ministerial secretaries have been parked in this manner. Executive member of the National People's Power Vasantha Samarasinghe also visited this area today to look into this matter. Executive member of the NPP Vasantha Samarasinghe said that these vehicles have been parked here after President Anura Kumara Dissanayake came to office. This is how the previous rulers have misappropriated the public assets. Unless Anura Kumara Dissanayake became the president, these vehicles would run even today, consuming fuel and the tax money of the people. There is information regarding 833 vehicles belong to the Presidential Secretariat. Out of the amount, 29 vehicles had gone missing by 2022. People questioned the former presidents Ranil Wickremesinghe, Maithripala Sirisena, Gotabaya Rajapaksa, Mahinda Rajapaksa and Chandrika Kumaratunga. What happened to these vehicles? The vehicles that should be under the control of the president have been given to outsiders illegally. These are the vehicles that have been parked here. Not only in the golf face, many vehicles have been parked at the Foundation Institute premises in Laksala. Why should the caretakers of this vehicle not hand over them in a proper manner? This is a clear example how the waste of public wealth is stopped under an NPP government. This is an evidence for the public to stop fraud, corruption and waste under the NPP rule. We will never allow anyone to rob or ruin public wealth.
Minister Vijitha Herat says that the new government's intention is to create a conducive media culture in the country. He states that the government will be committed to achieve this task. The minister stated these facts assuming his duties as the Minister of Mass Media at the ministry. The new minister started duties following the all religious observances. Secretary to the ministry, Ranjit Aryaratne and many others were present at this occasion. Minister Vijitha Herat said that the government's aim is to establish conducive media culture. It will be committed to save the 9th clause of the Constitution to protect Buddhism. The government also respects the rights of all other religions and to protect the freedom of religion. The minister also held a discussion with the heads of the institutions that come under the purview of the Ministry of Mass Media. The minister said that we all have to work together at present. The government will not discriminate any faction. The government very well knows the activities within the ministries. Therefore, it will ensure freedom for the public servants to work responsibly. Officials should execute their duties to the general public, disregarding any political discrimination. The government will never have political influence on the services rendered by the ministries. The government will take decisions according to the administrative rules and regulations. Minister Vijitha Herat assumed duties today as the Minister of Defence as well as the ministry. Secretary to the ministry, retired Senior DIG Ravi Senaviratne and several others were present at this occasion. The minister said that measures will be taken to solve the passport issue without delay. Talks have already been started in this connection. The Controller General has assured to end this queue by mid-October. Ministers and parliamentarians of this new government will never influence OICs of the police. Minister Vijitha Herat also started duties at the Ministry of Ports and Civil Aviation Services. Secretary to the ministry, KDS Ruwan Chandra and several others were present at this occasion. The minister said that the government is committed to create ministries and the country as well free of fraud and corruption. The minister assures that hereafter no such incident will be reported from the government institutions.
New governors for all 9 provinces were appointed today. Now, the relevant appointments were made by President Anura Kumara Dissanayake. Hanif Yusuf has been appointed as the governor of the Western Province. Sarat Bandara Samarasinghe Abeyakone is the new governor of the Central Province. Bandula Harishchandra has been appointed as the governor of the Southern Province. The new governor of the Northwestern Province is Tissa Kumarasiri Varnasurya. Meanwhile, Wasanta Kumara Wimalasiri is the new governor of the North Central Province. New governor of the Northern Province is Nagalingam Vedanayagan. Jayantalal Ratnasekara has been appointed as the new governor of the Eastern Province. New governor of Sabaragamu Province is Champa Janaki Rajaratna. Kapil Jayasekara has been appointed as the new governor of the Uva Province. President Secretary Dr. Nandika Sanat Kumarnayaka was also present at this occasion.
Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya says that the aim of the government is to provide strong, efficient and people-friendly public services. She points out that without public trust on the law and order, public service, state institutions and political authority, a country cannot be developed. She made these remarks at a meeting held at a group of officials at the Prime Minister's office today. Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya said that especially the country is facing many crises at this moment. Therefore, we have to take decisions collectively with the consent of the people to solve these problems. People should be a part of this movement. The government will create an environment for the public servants to work independently. She further said that this is a complementary role to be played both by politicians and the public servants. Prime Minister's Secretary Pradeep Sapakantri said that usually public servants think that they are high over the general public, but we have to change this attitude and public servants are being paid with salaries and all other benefits by the people. This change in ruling patterns will convince the people that the public servants are there to look for the needs of the people.
As the popular saying goes, reading maketh a man. The Columbo International Books Exhibition 2024 will commence from the 27th of this month. National Television acts as the official media partner of this event. Columbo International Book Exhibition is the place where readers, critics and book publishers meet together. People who are keen on reading and gathering literature knowledge are longing for the commencement of this event annually. Accordingly, all measures have been finalized to start the national event on the 27th of this month. The Sirimao Bandaranaike exhibition premises are getting ready at present for this purpose. The exhibition will be held for 10 days and concludes on the 6th of October. As the official media partner, we, the National Television, will be there from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily with our exhibition stall titled Ru Entertainment. The National Television invites you to come to witness this grand event this year. The Mahawali Authority has planned to empty the Polgola Reservoir in the midnight of the 27th of this month.
The Polgola Reservoir will be unfilled for an essential maintenance and operational activity after 2 years. The water gathered in the Polgola Reservoir will be sent to Ukuvela Reservoir through a tunnel. This provides water for irrigational activities in the Rajarata area and generates electricity at the Ukuvela power station. During the maintenance activity after 2 years, the sluice gate system of the reservoir is to be renovated. Mahawali Authority says that this is the best period to empty the reservoir as agricultural work in the Rajarata area has been completed at present. A sum of 3 million rupees is needed for this purpose. The authority informs that the water level of the Victoria Reservoir can be instantly increased since all the sluice gates of the Polgola Reservoir will be opened at midnight on the 27th. Meanwhile, Water Supply and Drainage Board says that this may cause some influence for about 100,000 families who receive water from this reservoir. Although the Ukuvela power station will not be functioning during the relevant period, the power supply will be continued without interruption.
The Samagi Jana Balavege says that the party is ready to face the general election along with new faces under a successful program. Now, the party further indicated that discussions are underway with the United National Party for a possible alliance. A special discussion of the Samagi Jana Balavege over the preparations for the upcoming general election was held at the Samagi Alliance election office in Borella today. Leader of the Samagi Jana Balavege, Susil Premadasa, presided over the meeting. Party leader Susil Premadasa said that preparations are underway for the election-related program of the party, including the nominations, which will be considered by covering all aspects. Former MP Nalin Bandara said that nominations of the party will comprise of new faces along with the skill team of the party. He said that some will contest as individuals while some will contest as parties. He said that negotiations are also underway with the UNP. Former MP Mujibur Rahman said that negotiations are going on pertaining to a possible alliance with the United National Party. However, he said that the process is yet to be concluded. He said that UNP has realized that they will only have a political future if they form an alliance with the Samagi Jana Balavege.
Former parliamentarian W.D. Weerasinghe says that Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna is expecting to contest at the upcoming general election with a non-traditional youth leadership. Speaking at a media briefing held in Columbo today, he said that the party is ready to extend their support to all positive work undertaken by the new government led by President Andrekumara Dissanayake. Former parliamentarian W.D. Weerasinghe said that the party supporters have expressed their displeasure over the conditions which were created through the COVID-19 pandemic and the economic crisis. The party supporters have given them a lesson. After learning this lesson, they are ready to stand before the people again and face the test once more. They protected the party during the presidential election. When many of the party's parliamentary group left the party presidential nominee left the party. MP Namal Rajapaksa, as a young leader, took the challenge up and faced the presidential election within a short period of time. Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna will become the key factor at the general election for political factions to form a government. The party is ready to extend their support to all positive work undertaken by the new government.
And now for several news items in brief. South Asian Election Authorities Forum and ANFREL organisation presented its reports relevant to the presidential election in Colombo yesterday. Foreign monitors say that people in Sri Lanka cast their vote in line with election tools with respecting the democratic procedure. They further say that media institutions achieve their duties with accountability and independently. A defender belonging to the Sri Lanka Army fell into the Diyawan Naoya at the parliamentary entrance at Jayantipura area this morning. No casualties has been reported in this incident. The book titled Kura Kuhumbu Minisa, written by senior journalist Jayanta Vijayasinghe, was launched recently under the patronage of Professor Sarath Vijayasuriya. Intellectuals, journalists and some other individuals were also present at this occasion. Wildlife officials have rescued 2 crocodiles that were trapped in a deep hole in Dimbulagala area. Later, 2 amphibians were released to the Dimbulagala Plains National Park safely. A 21-year-old youth was bathing in the Suduganga has drowned. Police say that 2 friends of the victim who were with him have been rescued. The 19th Asian Media Summit and the series of workshops held in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia recently.
This year's title of the summit is a commitment of the global community for the development for a new digital era. The 19th Asian Media Summit was organized by the Asia Pacific Institute for Broadcasting Development from the 1st to the 5th of September in Kuala Lumpur. About 500 media professionals from 50 countries of the region participated in this summit. On the first and second days of the program, about 10 workshops have been organized under various themes. Various aspects of artificial intelligence within media and broadcasting and the importance of empowering technology were the major themes of the summit. National Television is the major partner of this organization. Deputy Director General Engineering Kapila Dasanayake and 3 others participated in this summit representing the National Television. The 19th Asian Media Summit was a better opportunity for media professionals to network, share knowledge and to discuss the future of media industry. That's all the news we have from home. Stay tuned for international stories coming up next.